supposed to conserve.
Hey, this is Big Girl. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Look, we all see that the Democratic Party has fallen. And you're probably wondering, where have I heard that phrase before? Well, I'll help you out. It's biblical. Babylon has fallen. And I'm going to leave it right there because that's exactly what's going on. Now, I had some notes, but for some reason, my daughter's cat, I watched that little cat. That cat is two or three, whatever. And whenever I watch that cat, I take my notes, especially for this podcast here, and the cat just, I don't know what it is. My other podcast, no problems. This one, I don't know. I think maybe the Democratic Party is sending signals to the cat. No, I'm joking. I am joking. All right, let me make sure everything is fine. Let me make sure it's fine. Excellent connection. All right. All right, everything's great. Okay, let's get to it. The word on the street is, or shall I say, the word on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest, that Joe Biden may be stepping down from the race, the presidential race. Who knows? I don't know. That's what's said, because you have people like Nancy Pelosi. Hey, Joe, step down. You have actors like George Clooney. Hey, step down. I went out there and got $90 million for the Democratic Party, and you are falling short on what we are supposed to have here. But you got to step aside. And the Scarborough Show or the Morning Joe, they're off the air. I did a video about that, and I got to say, Mika Brzezinski really took it to Joe Biden. She did, in a nice, feminine way. They're off the show. So it seems like that Joe Biden can't cancel any more people without looking as if that there's something wrong with what he's doing. If you don't like what I'm doing, I'm going to cancel you. But I got some slides to show you, and this is my train of thought. Stick with me, because this thing is huge. I'm only going to bring a small portion of it so that you're able to get a understanding of where I'm going. And I hope you like my background, because for this one, I need a whole lot of foliage to help me with the level of mess that Joe Biden put out there. I do. So here we go. Okay. Why? Okay, here we go. Wait a minute. What happened? Oh, there we go. All right. Joe Biden. As you can see, let me make this a little bigger on my side. As you can see, the downfall of the Democratic Party. As you can see it. Let me make sure. Can I see the chat? Okay. Yeah, look at him. Joe Biden had everything. He had everything. But whatever happened within that time frame, things start falling apart. It did. But here, I thought this was most definitely true. Democratic Party, the Democrats are losing control. Congress passed a bill that will require proof that you can vote in the U.S. election. So you got to prove it. All this goes in, right? The bill is authored by a Republican or Rep. Chip Roy. I like him. He's no nonsense down in Texas. The Speaker Johnson had issues, but they put that aside to get this legislation passed. I'm sorry. All right. So, oh, wait a minute. Let me make sure. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I'm over here messing up here. All right. So, the whole foundation from the beginning was with illegal immigration. As soon as Joe Biden got into office, one of the first things he did was allow that Trump keep him in Mexico. He allowed that to pass, and people start running across the U.S. border, and they're like, "Don't stop them." Governor Abbott, you do not put a fence up. You allow these people to come through because the Democrats, our party is falling apart, and we need people to come in and vote for us because now Black Americans, they're on to us. They actually want tangibles. They want something that we have given to everyone else. Caribbeans and Africans, we gave them grants and block grants to help them move up, buy homes, and we're not giving any of that to them. No, we keep on saying that all boats go, what is that phrase? All boats rise with the tide. Yeah, but Black Americans, their boat had a hole in it. So they actually want something from us. But they fail to realize that we were responsible for Jim Crow and the KKK and all this other stuff. Yeah, we put that into place. And Lyndon B. Johnson said, I'm going to have these Negroes, they are going to vote Democrat forever. And I got to say, that most definitely was true because I was a long life Democrat until I got into a serious argument with a Republican, a respectful argument. And he shook my foundation and I had to learn some things. And he was absolutely right. And if you ever come across this video, I want to thank you. Okay? Because I was one ignorant individual to the third power times infinity. I don't know how you dealt with my foolishness, but I thank you for it. But I digress. So here, when people say, this right here is Muriel Bowser in DC. She is the mayor. Now Muriel Bowser, and I'm going to call it her cohort, the city council, passed a law to allow illegal aliens, and I'm going to be broad about this, to allow non-citizens, what you make of that, non-citizens to vote in the local elections. Now, people would say, well, they will not be able to vote for a president. If you haven't paid attention in government class, if you didn't go to college and just take an intro to government course, we do not vote for the president. We don't. We vote for the delegates, the electoral college. If you don't know this, you're going to know it today. The electoral college picks the president. They throw people out there and we're like, oh yeah, we're going to get him. We're going to get, yeah, that's what we do. But we don't vote directly for the president. No, we vote for whom we would like, but it doesn't mean we're going to get it. Keep that in mind. So Muriel Bowser and Washingtonians. Okay. I'm going to piss a whole lot of people off, but I don't care. I don't care. Wake up. You were silent when this happened. You were too busy doing line dances and eating chicken wings and macaroni and cheese and whatever things, whatever else. I'm putting all those stereotypes out there while this occurred. You fell asleep at the wheel. So now that when you're in line and you have someone behind you who don't even speak the language, don't even have a social security number, have none of the things that they're supposed to have, but they're in line of voting for their interest, not yours, but their interest. Don't get upset because you allowed it to happen. You voted for this Democratic mayor. She's all about illegal immigration because she was like, okay, come on. All right, yeah, we'll go ahead and put you on over there on Benning Road, Southeast DC. Oh, but we're going to put you over there on North Capitol and New York Avenue, Northwest. We're going to put you over there. We're going to put you in all the sections that is populated by Black Americans. Oh, yes, we're going to do that. And you're going to sit there and you're going to shut up and you're going to take it. Tell me if I'm wrong. I dare anyone to tell me if I'm wrong. Please do so. Because you know it's true. Mario Bowser did that. Okay. And that cat took my notes. Luna, you took my notes. Yeah, you are the moon. Now here, I was thinking about going down, and this is where they drop off the illegal aliens after when they, in what is it called? Texas. Governor Abbott said, look, Biden, Harris, you want these people, we're going to send them to you. All you sanctuary cities, Texas is not a sanctuary state. So you sanctuary cities are saying, hey, come on, we want you. They're all Democratic cities, right? If you ever come to DC, right, go to Union Station. And there is this place to where people are being let off left and right. And they have organizations that are taking these people that came to the country, well, shall I say, quasi illegal? Okay, I'll put it like this: quasi illegal, right? And Joe Biden did that, and then they started sending some of the people to Kamala Harris's house. I'm not going to say where her house is, but it was funny. Watch one of my earlier videos 2 years ago, and then you'll get an idea of it. I thought it was hysterical, but then when I had the reality really vibrating in my face, I'm like, I'm pissed. I'm upset. But okay, but this right here, they're falling. The Democratic Party is falling. It's falling from within. This is another point. Now here, is this the one that I wanted? Okay, no, that is not the one I wanted. Oh yeah. Keep our families together. And this is what people are saying. Now, I have conversations with people who came here like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I see them in line. They got a food stamp card, a Medicaid card. They get money. They do. And they're like, you can't separate us. And I'm thinking, that's horrible. You shouldn't be separated, but you got to look at how can you not be separated? And you could be upset with what I'm saying, right? I'm just bold enough to say it. Many people will not say it. They'll walk around it, skip around it. They'll do anything but confront it directly. And I'm confronting it directly. And I know I'm going to get a whole lot of mess about around it, but something has to be said about this because this is what the Democratic Party is doing. Now, Donald Trump said something that I thought was quite interesting. Before you say politics with Laura, you are so politically incorrect. Yeah, I am. I started off as law incorrect. Now that's a different story. But he said, you're not going to feel it at this very second. He said the people who are feeling it first are Black Americans. They're feeling it first. Then it's going to be people that came here correct, people who came here, went through the immigration process. They're going to feel it next. Then it's going to be poor. Actually, no, blacks and poor whites are going to feel it first. Oh yeah, man, people dropped out. They're going to feel it, and then people are going to get angry, and then people are going to say deport them, while they're saying, please keep my family together. My country is not the best. And that is a rough one. I wouldn't even know how to tackle it, nor would I even suggest how I would tackle it. But I'm gonna leave it right there. That's another one of Joe Biden's policies. And I'm just picking one mayor, and that's Muriel Bowser, who she followed that one through. She's like, and every one of, okay, she signed it into law. City council developed the law. Every one of the city council members but one, her name was Mary Che. She said, no, we're not going to do that. We are bending the law of home rule, and we're bending the Constitution. What are we doing? And they're like, well, we got to stay in power. People are going to vote Republican. Yes, change your forum, change your platform. Okay, but it really gets here. Now, this Nancy Pelosi said, hey, Joe, okay, I know that we were ace boom coon, okay, we were friends and all that, but you need to take a back seat. We thank you for your years of service. Take your back seat. Even though I helped you in other areas to make people so rattled to have them vote Democrat when it really was what we were doing, and then it was easy to blame Trump. We blamed him for things that he didn't do, but people still believe it. People still believe that Janetto 6. Yes, they still believe that. But you gotta step down. She's one. And it's going to get a little deeper. It's going to get deeper. Here, George Clooney said, I put on fundraisers. I raised $90 million. But Joe, I'm sorry. You got to step down. And we really don't want Kamala Harris. We're going to step over her. She was, how can I say, what is it? Kamala Harris checked all of the boxes. She checked all of DEI boxes. She's sorry about that. She checked all of the boxes. She's a woman of color, and she's also a first generation immigrant. She checked all the boxes. Yes. But that was only to get Joe in. But we really don't want you running the country. We just wanted you to be decoration. Democrats, you're gonna get pissed off with me, and that's okay. But you can't tell me that what I'm saying is not true. Okay, you can't say what I'm saying is not true. It is true. And they're like, no, we don't want her. She was good right there at VP. She was good, but Star Wars, she didn't complete the task that Joe wanted her to complete. She didn't do it. But nah. So George Clooney's saying, Joe, if you do not step down, I'm taking all my donation. I'm taking all the $90 million back. I don't know what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, or when you're going to do it, but it's not going to be on what I chose, as far what I'm doing. I want a Democrat that can compete against former President Trump. We need somebody who can beat him. You cannot beat former President Trump. You can't. Because what you're doing, what you did over there in France for Doomsday, when you stood there and you know that he left a poo poo, poo poo, poo poo. Oh my, that was embarrassing. And I'm going to get to other people that support Joe Biden regardless. I'm going to get to them. I'm getting to the people who are saying, Joe, you got to go. Go to retirement home, take a seat. Thank you for your 50 years of service, but you got to take a back seat, because the Democratic Party is falling, it's falling. You got to take a back seat. That's what he's saying. Let me see, what is this? Oh, and wait a minute. Let me make this a little bigger. Here, it gets quite interesting, because here it says both the Associated Press and the Washington Post reports Thursday that the former president, Barack Obama, is telling allies that Biden should reconsider his viability in the race. His former boss said, yo, Joe, take a seat. Pelosi, behind Schiff, called for Biden to step aside. Doesn't think that he can win. Now she's being polite. She's saying, I don't think you can win. She's not saying, hey, Joe, your memory is not so good. You know, you start off well, and then you go talking about something that happened back in 1942. You need to take a step down. These people are saying, we can't win if you're there. I know you want to, but no. And here, the Democrats are making a fresh start to push for Biden to reconsider running. And I'm going to tell you, even though that they're saying all these nice things, there is a huge fight within a Democratic Party. I mean, whoa, they are really going ham. You have Jim Clyburn down there in North Carolina, and he's saying, okay, if you don't, okay, I agree with Joe Biden, but you better put Kamala Harris in there. And they're saying whom they want to replace, not elect, oh my goodness, it gets deep. And you have people who are fighting, and it's going to get really crazy, because now their spats are coming out to where we can see it. We can see their spats. Just look at Morning Joe. Joe Scarborough and his wife, well, soon to be ex-wife, Mika Brzezinski. I mean, they had a low-key fight while interviewing Joe Biden, and Joe Biden was going some. Mika said, President Biden, can you guarantee us that your performance for the first debate will never happen again? And he kind of laughed it off. And Joe was like, Mika, what you doing? He didn't say it, but he did this. Then he held his hand like this, and he put his hand over here. I know he wanted to play patty cake, like, Mika, what are you doing? Stop it. So they're fighting. Everyone is fighting about Joe Biden. The Democratic Party is imploding because Joe Biden. Oh man, that's just my 2 cents. Oh my goodness, it's really going down. And Donald Trump, look, Donald Trump. Joe Biden threw everything at Donald Trump, everything, the kitchen and the kitchen sink at Donald Trump, and he is still fighting. Now, some of you would say, politics, what, Laura? PWL? I think you're making too much of this. Well, I'm glad you said that. Because what Joe Biden has done, and yes, what he has done, let me go ahead and get to his hinge people. Well, no, let me bring them first. Joe Biden put his hinge people on to, where's it at? Do we remember Fani Willis? Do we remember her and how she went after Donald Trump? and she trumped up, yes, forgive the pun, trumped up these charges that okay. If I were to say, hey, Paul, find me some votes. Now, I just told you that we do not vote for we do not vote for the president. The delegates vote for the president. Electoral college decides. So Donald Trump didn't win, so there was no, how can I say, no fraud, no election interference, none of those things, within my humble opinion. And before you say, oh, well, you are, oh, wait a minute. Oh, you are, hey, how you doing, Fun and James? How you doing? So before you say, oh, Laura, you are a mega, you're this, you're that. No, I'm an independent. I'm an equal opportunity step on your back. My thing is Constitution. Follow the Constitution, and I won't step on your back. And right now, the Democratic Party, Fannie Willis, she is a guided missile. She, not only she, right? But let's go on down. Alvin Braggs. Remember Alvin Braggs? Yes, a Democratic district attorney that said no a couple of times. But then when and George Soros and his children admitted to putting money into the slush funds of his I say slush funds, but they oh my god, damn, that cat took my freaking notes. But they were able to donate money for the section that he's able to use the money to do what he needs to do. His family, his son Alex Soros, interestingly enough, he's engaged to Uma Abedin, Hillary Clinton's right-hand woman that was married to the ex-senator, Senator Anthony Weiner. Yeah, I'm going to leave his last name alone. Okay. Him doing all that weird stuff. Yeah, that's a serious power couple. And other people to go after Donald Trump. So it was easy to go after him because he's not a likable person. But when you're running a country and you're dealing with all types of people, you can't sit there and say, oh, well, how you doing? I gave you a present. No, no. You got to deal with people on a level in which they understand. And Donald Trump, he knows how to get that deal done. And if he has to people's elbow you, reference to WWE, if he has to body slam you, he will do it. And okay, I'm going to leave Joe Biden alone on that one. Okay, there. And oh, how can we forget Letitia James? She and Alvin Braggs together managed to get 34 felony convictions that when they first brought it up, they weren't felonies, they were misdemeanors. So Joe Biden, he didn't say it directly, but it came from Kamala Harris to get these people to come in and go after Joe Biden. Go back and look at the logs, and she had conversations with him because Fannie Willis was the one that said, I never had a meeting with Joe Biden, but no one ever asked to say, well, did you have a meeting with Kamala Harris? I was waiting for somebody to say that, but they didn't. So they most definitely went after him. But now, going back, Donald Trump, now that they throw that he is a convicted felon and they throwing that in his face, but no one touches and I'm going to get to the what do you call it, the immunity in a second. and no one even takes into consideration or even thinks about this right here. We sort of forget that in 2018 that Joe Biden was ranking from his brother. Now, I keep on throwing that check up because it's very important. Now, the attorney general said, well, the Mueller report was like, oh, well, Joe Biden is a well-meaning man. He doesn't quite remember. So, we're just going to leave him alone. We're going to leave him alone. He's a well-meaning man. But then you don't give the same consideration to former President Trump. You throw him under the bus. You're trying to put him so far under the jail that all because he said, hey, could you find me a couple of votes? You see the desperation of the party. You see the desperation of the Democratic Party. I believe that there's going to be a red wave. I believe it. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. You said, oh, wait a minute. Fun and James says, the filter got me. Apparently, you can't say who is behind the attempts on the. Well, hold on for a second. Okay, my prediction is that Trump 45 and 47, no doubt. Yeah. Trump most definitely. I have a strong belief that he will be president. He is going to be. Now that Joe Biden, they're stating that he will step down. Joe Biden hasn't said that he was going to step down, but his handlers, yes, I said handlers, are saying that he is going to make an announcement to step down. Now, Kamala Harris, shall I say it? Okay, I'll say it. If Kamala Harris, which I highly doubt, runs for president again, they're saying that her running mate will be Michelle Obama. And that's a quite interesting thought. Michelle Obama. I don't know how far they get because Kamala Harris is so she's not a likable person. She reminds you of a Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is a politician, but she's not a likable politician. She's one of those people that you put a baby in front of it and baby starts crying. It's like, oh, la, la, la. Let me stop. Kamala has played that identity card to where she spread herself so thin that it's like she has no one backing her. She was like, oh, yeah, I'm Black. Yeah, I'm over doing an electric slide. And then it's like, oh, well, I'm Jamaican. Yeah, yeah. And then it's like, oh, I'm Indian, and she's everything to everyone. Oh yeah, and my husband, yes, he's Jewish. Yes, She has no real foundation, nothing. She's this. I'm going to be everything that everybody wants me to be, so I can. No one likes that. No one likes that. But Michelle Obama, she's going to have a difficult time because people are calling her a dude. They call her Big Mike. Oh, that's awful. That's awful. But that's what they call her. Now, I don't know who else. I mean, Gavin Newsom, he got too many problems. I don't know about Gavin Newsom, but I don't see that they have anyone that can beat Donald Trump. I just don't see it. Okay, now, these are the supporters. Joy Reid. Where do I begin? Joy Reid is in so much trouble. Now, she didn't get the memo, nor did she read the room. After when Donald Trump had that ear issue, I can't say it, the algorithm, his ear issue, she live streamed with Rachel Maddow and two other women, and they let Joy Reid talk first. And Joy Reid said, oh, well, former President Trump, he's hister. The algorithm is so bad. I have to be careful. He's Hitler. He's Hitler. He's all these things. He's a racist. He's a homophobe, and she's going on and on and on. And Rachel Maddow just sat there and then said to her, "We need to come together as a country." There was an attempt to unalive former President Trump, and we have to step back and be mindful, because that 20-year-old guy from Pennsylvania got it in his head to do that. And a firefighter that had a couple of children lost his life just going to a Trump rally. We have to do better. We have to back up. And Trump never came out and said, "Oh, rah, rah." I mean, he gave the fist pump. He did. He riled up his base. But then he came out and said, "Let's have peace." Right? So both sides are having peace. Joy, she didn't get that memo. Another person who didn't get that memo, Destiny. Oh my goodness. He doubled, tripled, quadrupled down. I'm a Democrat. I am a progressive. And he said, "I don't care if that firefighter was unalive. He supports Trump. He supports Hitler. He supports him. So I don't care." I mean, it is wild. I was shocked. I mean, I wanted to present it, but I don't want any strikes. And he was adamant about it. And then you had Pierce Morgan saying, "Wait a minute, where is your humanity? Where is it? You're saying that it's okay for that man to be unalive, knowing that he had a family and he's a firefighter, and you hope that Trump, that things were to go a little bit further to the right, so that it could have had a better man." I was appalled. I couldn't believe it. Pierce Morgan and a couple of the people were like, "Destiny, what kind of stuff is that? You are so hooked on being a Democrat, holding on to identity politics, that you are destroying your own party for a belief. You're not even looking at what your belief is doing." Those are my words. And if you see these progressive, these real radical Democrats, these real radical liberals, they don't care. You ought to see some of the people, what people are saying. "Oh my goodness, if you would have went a little closer to the right, you had a shot. You let out what, four rounds, and the only thing what you got was an ear. You could have went down in history." Not the fact that the young man's life is not only gone, his whole family is destroyed because they are Democrats. He is the only Republican. And then he what's his name? Matthew Thomas Crooks. And it shows like some disparity there. He's a Republican, but then he's funding democratic issues, and oh my goodness, donating money to their causes. It's something. But Destiny's like, "But he supports Trump." I don't, check that out. It's wild. But he's not the only one. Oh, Whoopi Goldberg. She said something so outrageous. She said something that was beyond comprehension. And she said, "I don't care if President Biden poo-poos all over the place. It doesn't matter. He's my president, my guy. It doesn't matter if his mental faculties aren't there. It doesn't matter. Only thing what matters is that he's in office, and Trump isn't, because Trump is Hitler." And it's like we have to suffer with this delusion. It's like our country is running on automatic pilot and the pilot is asleep. But you have this going on. And this is one of the reasons why, many reasons why I believe that the Democratic Party is imploding from within, because of all of this massive, I'm going to say, delusion, identity politics, and then the other ones that are like, okay, I'm a Democrat, I'm not that far, I'm not far gone like that, to where I'm going to hold on to a president, him, but not the party. You're not the right one. You need to take a step, take a back step. George Clooney says here. You have Whoopi Goldberg saying, "I don't care if you poo all over the place. You're my guy, and become president." I mean, there's a lot of infighting going on, a lot. Oh my goodness, Robert De Niro. If you look at his last name, Nero. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. He said, if former President Trump becomes president again, I'm leaving. You had Alyssa Milano saying, I'm leaving. You had these celebrities saying, I'm leaving. Then you have those other celebrities. He said, okay, wait a minute. Cardi B said, wait a minute, I was wrong. I was wrong. Joe Biden, he's tearing his country apart. Look at these prices for food. I used to go get lettuce, and now, all my groceries for a month called $400. And Nero's on the door. Cardi B says, my grocery bill was $400 a month. Now it's $800 a month. And she goes to a supermarket on Instagram showing, I see this. Gas prices are up. This is too much. He was supposed to keep things low. He made promises that he has not kept up with. He has taken it to a whole different side. This is not what he campaigned on. And I'm wrong. And then you had Taylor Swift. She's going back and forth between Biden and Trump. And then when she said, well, I support Trump, that was just, it blew up in her face. But Robert De Niro said, I'm leaving the country. Cher said, I'm leaving the country. You had several artists, celebrities saying, if Trump gets in, I'm leaving the country. It is what it is. If that's what you feel that you need to do, go ahead and do it. But the Democratic Party is falling. It's falling. Roland Martin. If you don't know who Roland Martin is, please check him out. He is, you don't know where Biden ends and he begins, because he's so much of a Biden supporter. He's a Democratic supporter. And to me, I think that he's waiting to get a job back on CNN where he was, and then he fell from grace. But he's over there telling Black Americans, we don't need you young people. We got the older people. We don't need you, because you're not doing what you're supposed to do anyway. You're supposed to vote Democrat. You are supposed to vote blue no matter who. Now, I can go a little deeper in Roland Martin and some of the other people, because they all are Soros and fraternity. Let me not go down that road. Let me not. I'm already enough trouble with YouTube already. They're taking more of my watch hours away, and they're not letting my numbers go up. So let me be careful on that. I got to watch the algorithm, YouTube. He said, I don't care if Trump is in a coma. I'm going to vote for him anyway. We need Biden. I'm sorry, Biden. We need Biden. We can't have that racist Hitler. We can't have him in the Oval Office again. No, we don't know if he's going to press the button. We have no idea. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Wait. Roland. Wait. Whoopi. Wait a minute. Whoopi. Oh my goodness. Wait. Just wait a minute. Stop the press. So, in other words, it's not so much Biden, it is the people behind Biden. That's who you're really rah shish kumbah for, right? Is that it? For you to say such outrageous, delusional, wild things, and what you say, and you have no responsibility for your words, because the average person is going to believe what you say. Now, when like in certain areas, like in black areas, they don't look to their politicians for politics. They look for their athletes and other things and other people to get their political advice, which is crazy. I don't, but no other group of people do that. Mm, excuse me. Oh, and Steve Harvey, him too. And they turn into them to look at how they what they say, think, and feel about politics. If you're Democrats, those of you who love to hate watch me, and you do, you do, especially on Instagram. Oh my goodness, y'all show me so much hate, but that's okay. Apparently, I'm hitting something that's upsetting you so bad that you got to sit there and you're not one bit concerned that the person that you're trying to put forth onto the rest of us is not here. Do you want Joe Biden driving you to the grocery store? If you don't want him driving you to the grocery store, why do you want him running the country? You know he is not there. It's like anything but Trump. You're not even looking at any other candidates because you see RFK is there. You're not even looking at him. He's an independent. You're not even looking at Dr. Cornel West. He's running as Green Party. There are other people, but then you're just simply looking at Biden, and then you're simply looking at him and the Democratic Party, and you see that they're putting forth this guy. I don't know what else to say on that, but your party is falling apart limb by limb. But if you're all right with that, if you like it, I love it. All right. In here, Kamala Harris. It is quite interesting because she Kamala, you got used so bad and you don't even see it. You got used, booed, and tattooed. You were good to be in the background, but as far as taking over, they don't even want you. But she's the one that kicked all of this into play. She gave everybody their marching orders to go after Trump. Just take a look. Just take a look at it. Don't believe me. Do minimal research, and then you'll see what I'm saying is true. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you'll see what I'm saying is absolutely true. But the Democratic Party is falling from within. It is. And it's really rough to watch because you got Biden in there, and when Trump was the president, there weren't any wars. We weren't, dropping anything on people. We weren't doing that. And if there is evidence of it, please send me the link. I'll take a look at it. Because keep in mind, I'm an equal opportunity back kicking. Back. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think Joe Biden is right for the job? Let me put up a. Hold on. Let me put up a poll. Let me see what you think. Is Biden right for the job? Okay, what are your thoughts on it? I would love to see what you think. Should Joe Biden, stay in? Should he still continue to campaign? I'm just looking at what he did. I'm just looking at his performance, and it's not very good to me. And then you can't question him about anything. Oh, the immunity. Let me tell you something about the immunity that the Supreme Court rendered. Now, keep in mind that also applies to Joe Biden. Okay, that's number one. It applies to Joe Biden. And they're saying that if you committed any crimes that benefits you as an individual, no, you're going to face those charges. But if you commit crimes that benefits the country of the United States, then you're immune from it. Now, if you go back and look at Joe Biden and the attorney general said, oh, he's a well-meaning man, but then I see this check, right? I see this check from his brother and his subsidiaries. Money came from Chinese food, okay, and rushing waters and the ukulele country. Do minimal research. Believe nothing that I say. And not to mention Nancy Pelosi's nephew was right along with Joe Biden's son on the Burisma board. And they're like, hey, okay, come on. We can use you. And then we have access to Joe Biden. Oh my goodness, yes. And if you want to go a little deeper, heck, the YT took a couple of my videos down. If you want to look a little, man, no. Look on Rumble. I'm starting to put stuff on Rumble. Rumble protects content creators putting the truth out there. All the lies that are going on out there as far as content creators and what they do and what they put out there, they stay up. But once you and plus have followers out the gazoo, I'm just trying to get to 5,000. I know it's going to take me a while to get there, but I'm okay with that. But just look at the people in the Burisma Energy Company. Oh, matter of fact, okay. In a previous video, I said who gains from former President Trump getting bang bang on the door, baby, bang bang. Who benefits? If anything happens to former President Trump, and if he were by any chance unalived, who benefits? And leave Joe Biden out of it, not him. Thank you. Yes, thank you. I really need that. Help me get to 5K. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to grow this channel. But let me ask you one question. Who benefits? Let me see what your thing is. Did anybody? Okay. All right. I'm going to close the poll. It's unanimous. Is Biden the right person for the job? No. You all said no.
I'll be back shortly.
Okay. You all said no, and Okay, Mom. You all said no. And my thing is this. Whatever Joe Biden is doing, we the people have to go into these military either get drafted or voluntarily to go in there, but we're going to be on the ground in other countries doing whatever. Oh, Mom. Fun and James said hi, Mom.
Huh? What?
Fun and James said hi, Mom.
Fun and games tonight.
One of my subscribers said hello.
Hi.
She said hi. She said hi.
Tell her I'm still doing this.
My mom is a mess. She's a baby boomer and a flower child. Okay, we'll leave it right there. And she had me later on in life, but not last night. but in my belief, as far as who benefits from this, energy companies, they benefit. Now, when Trump was president, one of the first things he did, he's like, okay, look, we're not going to solely rely on your oil. We have our own. We can use that, brought the prices down. But when he did that, it caused a ripple effect for other countries. You're like, wait a minute. Okay, we do pay in petrodollar, and we can bring down the prices of just a little bit. No, they gotta bring it down much more. Our country's suffering, and then when Joe Biden gets in, prices go back up. We're hurting, we're suffering, and he's saying, I'm going to do these things. I'm going to make America better. I'm going to bring America back. Yeah, Biden, we're still waiting on that. Right now, gas prices are almost $4. If you get the cheapest gas, it's what, $3.90. I'm sorry, $3.59, depending on where you are. In a DMV area, it's $3.59. If you get 89 and 93, that's over $4, close to $5. So how are your policies benefiting the average American? President Biden, I don't see where it benefits. Now, when I look at under former President Trump, I'm like, well, gas prices were almost down to $1.99. I see how that, helped out. I see that food prices were going down. I mean, eggs have gone up so high. So how did that benefit? You're absolutely right. Gas prices are directly tied to groceries. Yes, it is. Not only gas prices, but also diesel, because you got to take that, put it in these trucks, and then they take them all over the place. That costs money. And we got to pay for that. Yeah, eating is kind of important. Yeah, everybody needs to do it. I went to Costco and I get ground turkey, and you get like 4 of them, and I was paying like $17 for it. When Joe Biden got in office, it went up right now to get 4 packs of ground turkey. It costs $25 now. It was $17, now it's $25. I mean, everything is going up sky high. We are broke, and plus you're giving all of our money. Let me not get into that. Because the Democratic Party is falling. It's falling, and I just don't see how many of these Democratic politicians are going to survive this election cycle, because people are tired. People are tired of what's being done. People are tired of the money, our tax money, going to different countries to to support wars that we have, well, not directly have anything to do with, but if we were to leave certain people alone, this wouldn't even have happened. And we're supporting people that are not even a part of NATO. I mean, it goes on and on and on. But while you're doing this, it's upsetting your constituents, but you're like, I don't care. I don't care. But now that, and correct me if I'm wrong, now Joe Biden is talking about the black vote. If you don't vote for me, you're not black. You have all this stuff go. Black people are like, no, screw you, Joe Biden. I'm voting for Trump. You hear people out there saying it now. At first, there was a mass exodus to stay away from Trump. Now you have all these celebrities going towards Trump, and there's nothing that the Democrats can do. So back home where I'm from, we had this chair, and we said, "Hey, why you so blue? Just because you're number two, Trump's number one." No, I'm just changing it a little bit, but yeah, your platform is shot. Everything which you've done has been detrimental to the country. You're not even pro-Constitution. You keep on saying that we're a democracy when we're not. We are a representative republic. I mean, I could go on, and I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to. But Joe is done. He's going to have to take a step back, and no matter whom they put in to represent the Democratic Party is going to lose against Donald Trump. He's going to lose. And no matter how much you say that Donald Trump is a racist, you can say he's a racist all day long. But the funny thing is you never say that Joe Biden's a racist. You never do. Oh, Trump is a racist. Well, what has Trump done? Well, he said, no, I didn't say. What did he do? And I haven't found one person that showed that Donald Trump is a racist. Now they say, oh, well, he kicked out those ladies that lived in his hotel, but they never say how he let them stay there for free until they were able to get off their feet and move out. They never say that. They talk about, oh, well, he's a racist because the Central Park Five. Dig into that case. Dig into it. Now, I think Donald Trump could have handled himself differently on that one. I think he could have. I'm not making any like, oh, well, he's right. No, I'm not doing it. I'm just saying, just look into that case and look at one of those boys' uncles. Check that man out. Okay. If you want to check it out. But if you want to sit there and say Donald Trump is a racist because everybody else is saying it, and you just simply go along because you believe in the pack mentality, then fine, go right ahead and do it. Run off that cliff. That's up to you. But look at whom you're defending. Joe Biden. I mean, look, Joe Biden authored the crime bill. Yeah, I'm saying the crime bill. Yeah, I am. You want to know why? Because he's not holding his son to the laws that he put in place that every American is supposed to be judged by. And because he's rich, that don't mean nothing. He's not above the law. If he's out there with a bang, bang, right? If he's out there with a bang, bang, and he gets away with it, then how about every American that got caught with a gun? They need to be compensated because, Hunter, all the people that had some form of drug problem and went to jail, not rehab, but jail. He didn't get convicted of that. Everybody that had a drug problem and went to jail for it, they didn't get rehab. They didn't get the Hunter Biden experience. You might want to look into the United States and the laws and sue. I know I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but it's true. Hunter Biden, his butt needs to go to jail like everyone else that was convicted. But since his father is getting, he's a well-meaning elder man, and I'm sorry, B. Kell said, you're right about the Job, more racist than, he is. He is. Just go back in the 1980s. He was, I don't want my children being around those jungle people. That attitude never changes. There are some people who close their eyes and go to the great beyond with that same attitude and mentality. And then BKL says, Joe Biden's always saying, pay your fair share. Yep. And his son doesn't. Matter of fact, when that issue came out about Hunter Biden, I did a video on it. He gave an interview saying that he smoked cocaine with former Marion Barry, which Marion Barry went to jail. And Hunter Biden said, well, when I went to Georgetown, poor Georgetown, I mean, you're taking these L's. You're taking these L's, right? And a former Marion Barry went to jail but not Hunter. His butt needs to go to jail. Okay, Fun and James says, wait a minute. You said I never received treatment. I never treated anyone differently based on color. My cat has to be orange, gray, black, and white. I just want to be treated with respect. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But who's pushing the racist narrative? Democrats. Democrats are pushing the racist narrative, and they're doing it as me being an independent, right? I'm looking at what they're doing, and I'm like, I can't believe I fell for that trash. I can't believe I fell for it. I was walking around angry with white people. Oh, you're white, you know, blah, 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 you're racist, you're racist. Yeah, I felt like that. And then I'm starting to look, I'm like, wait a minute, they're poor too. Actually, there are more poor white people in this country than there are black folks in all the numbers. And I'm like, there are major cities, but there are a lot of rural areas. And I start really thinking, and I really started to take off the rose-colored glasses and start seeing things for what they really are. And yeah, there is a racist system in this country, but guess what? This racist system is going to gobble up everyone if we don't get our stuff right. Okay. So we right now, that's for another video. That's for another video. Oh, okay. And James and Fun and James says, don't get me started on fair tax. Yeah, sales tax. Man, we are taxed so heavily. Now, when things come from other countries, the tax is already paid, right? It's already paid. So then when those items go to a store, we pay another tax. So it was taxed twice. I better be careful. I better be careful. Check me out on Instagram. I finally got past 37,000 people, followers. Come check me out over there. And they're really censoring me heavily over there. But please subscribe on Rumble. Help me move up so I can really do a lot more. I can say what I really, really think, because Rumble supports its content creator. Look, as radical as Russell Brand is, I watch his stuff. I'm like, if I said those things, you see, I don't have a machine backing me. It's my microphone, my computer, and my $25 camera that connects to my computer. I have a low budget podcast, which one day it's going to be bigger to where I can do more with it. But they protect Russell Brand, and he has a machine backing him. And these people go after Russell Brand. He's like, you're not canceling me. You're not. I'm going to get this truth out there. And he gets in their face. One day I'll get there. B. Kel says, the politicians don't care about the people. You're right. They don't. They don't care. They get selected. Elected. Poor and by all they become a million. Man, that is so true. They go in there broke and they come out rich. Look at AOC. She's a prime example. She's a prime example. She went in there as a bartender, a broke bartender, and somebody called her up. And how does that even happen? I've always wondered. She's sitting there at home, clicking on her TV, and somebody calls up. Yep. Do you want to be a representative? What does that job consist of? Oh, you just sit there and talk junk and make present laws. Is that it? Yep. Okay. Yeah, I'll do it. What do I got to do? Don't worry about we do it. That's exactly what she said. Oh, thank you. B. Kel, please. I need it. Follow me. Go on Instagram. And also and Rumble, follow me there. Politics with Laura. I break off into politics and sipping tea, and also international politics. I do international stuff too. It's some serious stuff. It is. And the politics, I'm telling you, I see not everyone, but a vast majority of people becoming Republican. And Republicans get a bad rap. Now, are there some people that are racist? Yes. Of all walks of life. Are there some people prejudiced? I think more people are prejudiced. Because you're prejudging. You can look at somebody, oh, they think they're all cool. How do you know? Just look at them. That crazy stuff. Fun and James says, my mom was a waitress for 40 years. Yep. And charging charging taxes and tips. Yeah. And her biweekly check and it is something. But she usually toss them in the trash. It's really something. It is really something. And B. Kel says, if Joe B drops out, then who do you think Kamala Harris will be? Now, you see that right there, I would say is a toss-up. Now, Kamala Harris couldn't even beat Joe Biden. She couldn't beat Joe Biden on a downcline. Now, that would be a really hard one. And plus, they really don't want Kamala Harris. Nancy Pelosi accidentally said we didn't want her. Who else said it? Roland Martin said, did he say that? No, not Roland Martin. Who was it? Somebody else said that they really didn't want Kamala Harris. But since Kamala Harris checked all the boxes, she checked all of the, how can I say, the affirmative action boxes. And which is wild is that because affirmative action only gave you a way in. It didn't carry you all the way through. Because I know that and any assistance that I got from affirmative action, which wasn't much, because many other people were getting the benefits of okay, I'm not going to go too far into that. But they never wanted her. She just made it look good for Joe Biden because she said, Joe Biden, you're a racist. Said it to his face. Your racist policies. And then now people looking at her sideways saying, wait a minute, you called him a racist, but now you're his vice president? You'll do anything for a buck. Kamala Harris, VP, you'll do anything. We can't trust you. And when you stop and look at what Kamala Harris, she better stay away from that. She better stay away. Oh, you remember that? Good. I'm glad you remember that because, man, that woman. You're right, BK. That was a good question. Why Biden hasn't dropped out. Go on. Let me see. Joe Scarborough was canceled for Morning Joe, but I think that they have, as a matter of fact, look at I believe it's on Big Girl Diary, my other channel. I think it's Big Girl Diary, or it's on this channel. And I show Mika Bazinski. I can't pronounce her name. Joe Scarborough's wife, and how she was asking him questions. She was hammering him. Check that out. I don't know if I left the link to the entire interview, but check that out. She hammered him, and she was asking all the tough questions. And why, basically, why don't you drop out? Why don't you? It's something. It is something. They canceled his show for that one day. If they cancel you for more than one day, canceling means you're done. You're gone. Now, Joe Scarborough and his wife were getting a divorce, and she's going to act up any and every way that she can because she's angry, and she's going to she's going to scratch him up good, and that's exactly what she did. Let's take a look at Joe Scarborough, how he was mad, but he had to. Oh, the fact that Joe Biden, after that horrible debate that he had with Donald Trump, he called in. He didn't even bother doing a video or coming in on video chat. He didn't do that. He just called in, and that was it. I'm just like, no. If I did that bad, if I were supporting Joe Biden and he performed that badly, I want to see him on TV. I don't want to hear his voice over no telephone. I want to see him and to see how he's doing because he wants my vote. If you want my vote, I want to see how you perform. Over there talking all that wild stuff. But they canceled them. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and double check. Morning Joe canceled. Oh, you're right. You are right. You're absolutely right. My bad. Thank you for that. You're absolutely right, B. Kel. He was his show was taken down for that one day due to Donald Trump. So forgive me, and I'm wrong, and thank you for correcting me. I have no problem being corrected. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to apologize. I don't want to give out any wrong information. I should have double checked on that. So thank you very much on that. Keeping my feet to the fire. Thank you. But you come back and say, I wish they would cancel. Yeah, the View. Oh my goodness. Oh, they need to do something. They need to do something with that. They need to do something. That's all I'll say. Fun and James says, Joe Scarborough couldn't be trusted by the network. Oh man. Just watch his show for 10 minutes and see what Joe Biden looks. How much of that was his wife? Because If you see that episode, oh, she really dug in. Now Joe was giving softball questions. She went in like, "Urgh." She went in, she just really went in there. She did. Oh, the view only takes 2 minutes. Oh my goodness, Funny James. You got okay, even though you're right, you got jokes. You got jokes. So how many of you believe that the Democratic Party is imploding from within? Is it just simply me and what I'm seeing? Am I wrong? Do you think I might be, not drinking all of my coffee and I'm a little off? What do you think? Keep in mind, I was a lifelong Democrat. Now I am an independent. You think the Democrats are going under? All that vote blue no matter who. Qualifications mean nothing. You could be a vegetable and they'll vote for you. They'll go ahead and vote for carrots and celery. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm getting ready to go. And I do want to thank you. Thank you.